So, Diana was mayor a few weeks ago and I decided to fully participate in the event that week. Why? Because I'm broke. Duh. Nah, it's actually because I did not want to waste the legendary griffin pet that I crafted when Jerry was mayor. I had the enchanted gold blocks, so I was like, yeah, let's craft this pet that I'll probably never use. But when Jerry was mayor, I realized I lacked damage. I don't think Soul Whip is a good weapon of choice, maybe only for the Gaia constructs, but that's it. I had very little damage, so I didn't really commit to the Diana event when Jerry was mayor. But then after Jerry was gone, I thought to myself, wow, did I really turn off my brain and craft a legendary griffin pet just for less than 1 hour of Diana event? You know what the worst part is? Aside from using enchanted gold blocks, I also spent 10 million coins for the griffin feathers just to get my rare griffin pet to legendary. So I knew I had to do the Diana event once Diana becomes mayor again. And you know what else convinced me to do the Diana event? This golden axe. You might be like, what? A golden axe? Well, it's no normal golden axe. It's a dataless axe. And initially, I got it for scatter farming. I know, almost 50 million coins just for an extra 7 magic find. But then I was like, wait, hold on a second. This might be how I could increase my damage during Diana event. Because this axe does more damage to mythological mobs. My damage did increase for sure, but I still did not have enough power. I wanted at least 500k damage to do the Diana event. So I was looking at the accessory bag reforges. I already had my dataless axe reforged to withered. I know there's a whole debate between whether withered or fabled is better. I can't deal with that. Too much math. So I just went with withered because it's more expensive. More expensive equals better, right? No? Okay. Anyways, I originally had bloody as my accessory bag reforged, mainly because I had a lot of beating hearts in my chest from dungeons. Yeah, I hoard a lot of stuff. It's also decent for its price. But then I decided to buy 9 magma urchins so that I can have access to the hurtful reforge. This reforge gives us more damage than bloody because the reforge gives us a lot more crit damage than strength. We already have a lot of strength because of the wither reforge, so it makes sense for me to go for an accessory bag reforge that gives us a lot of crit damage. Ideally, you want a 1-to-1 strength to crit damage ratio for optimal damage. Now I just have to wait for Diana to be mayor. Well, specifically Diana with the mythological event perk. And what a coincidence! Diana became an option for mayor after a few days. But of course, people decided, alright, who to vote for, Diana or Paul? Okay, definitely Paul because he has 2 perks instead of 1. Ooh, more blessings. Yeah, Paul won. But don't worry, Diana won the next election. So after Diana was elected, I started to do the mythological event. I noticed that I was finally able to kill the Minnows champion by myself, but it was still getting a bit too close to comfort. It's not like I was anywhere close to dying to the Minnows champion, but the Minnows champion was close to despawning. If you did not know, the Minnows champion and Inquisitor will go get milk and never come back when their attack increases by 600%. My goal is to be able to solo Inquisitors, and to do that, I needed more damage. But I didn't want to spend any more money. So I did what every reasonable person would do and use Google. Okay, fine, maybe not Google, but I used the Hypixel forums to search for some solutions. A lot of people recommended using Necron armor with Warden's helmet. I already have a Warden's helmet that I dropped a few weeks ago, so that's great, but I don't have Necron armor. What I do have is this Goldor set that gives me a lot of tankiness but no damage. I would change the Goldor set to Necron, but that would be a waste. I could also buy a brand new Necron set, but that would also be a waste. Eventually, I stumbled into a life-changing forum post. They talked about how Reaper armor is decent for Diana, and I was like, wait, I have the Reaper set, and it's practically near maxed out. Yeah, I know, I was addicted to farming Revenants. Anyways, I was like, I should use this. And if you're paying attention to the background footage, you probably aren't. And you're probably just listening to me. I already know you're farming potatoes. That's totally fine, but anyways, I was doing the event with Reaper armor. If you were watching the background footage, you probably noticed that my damage sometimes nearly doubles. That's because when you shift, the Reaper armor turns red, and then increase your damage even further against Minnows, Champions, and Inquisitors. You might also notice that I swap back to Goldor or Sorrow armor sometimes. There's a good reason for this. While Reaper armor gives me more damage and more defense against Minnows, Champions, and Inquisitors, it does have its downsides. The downside is that you will do 1% of your damage against non-zombie mobs, so you have to switch to another armor set when you spawn a mob that isn't the Minnows Hunter, Minotaur, Minnows Champion, and the Inquisitor. I typically try to change back to Reaper armor after defeating the non-zombie mobs because I want to make sure that I don't waste any time against the Minnows Champion and Inquisitor. I spawned the Inquisitor multiple times off camera. Unfortunately, I am not known for my luck, so no Chimera bugs, but I did manage to record myself spawning an Inquisitor and killing it. Just watch the background footage. And when I spawned it, I don't know why, but I was panicking and I thought I forgot to change to Reaper armor. Actually, I know exactly why I was panicking. I hadn't spawned an Inquisitor in a while, so it was kind of unexpected. Don't worry, I still managed to kill it, even after wasting a bit of time. And here's the thing, I did not have a lot of attack speed, and I still managed to kill the Inquisitor. So if you're still struggling to kill an Inquisitor, I would definitely recommend you to have a Tiger plushie on your Griffin pet. I had the Lucky Clover when I was fighting the Inquisitor, and I realized that maybe the Lucky Clover's magic find is not that significant. So instead I swapped to the Tiger plushie. This made it so much easier to kill Diana mobs. The faster you can kill Diana mobs, the more you can kill in a given time, right? So yeah, the magic find from the Lucky Clover isn't that important. You also have to note that you don't only just get 35 attack speed from the Tiger plushie, you actually get 70 when you are using the Daedalus Axe. The max attack speed for melee weapons is 82, and if you're using the Hurtful Accessory Bag Reforge along with the Tiger plushie plus Daedalus Axe combo, you'll get a total of 85 attack speed, meaning that you have hit the attack speed cap. Let's say that you're still lacking some damage, but you can somehow tank the mobs really well. You might want to try to use one for all on your Daedalus Axe instead of normal enchants that I'm using. But typically it's better not to use one for all because apparently looting affects some of the Diana mob drops. Also, having one for all means you're giving up the ability to heal from your attacks with the Daedalus Axe. You might also want to get yourself a Flora Zombie Sword or Wand of Atonement if you have one for all on your Daedalus Axe. Or even better, both. I know I have an Oriflux, but to be honest, I don't really need to use it unless for some reason my hand breaks in the middle of killing the mobs or when I start panicking. So for people looking for a budget setup, a Tarantula helmet and Reaper armor should be enough. Make sure the Reaper armor has a decent amount of kills so that you can be on the tankier side of things. You don't want to blow up because if you do die, you can't get the drops. Simple as that. Daedalus Axe is definitely needed. I don't see any other cheaper alternatives that might be usable. I mean, there is the Sword of Revelations, but I recommend against it because you might die. Well, might is a strong word. You will die. I don't even know why this sword still exists. I guess if you can somehow combo every single mob perfectly, then sure, it would be a good alternative. But man, I'm pretty sure you're playing the wrong game mode if you're able to combo the Diana mobs so hard that they can't touch you. Watchdog might be looking at you when that happens. In terms of the accessory bag reforge, it really depends. For me, like I said before, Hurtful Accessory Bag Reforge and Wither Daedalus Axe works fine for me because it got me close to a 1-to-1 ratio, along with having high crit damage and strength. If you forgot already, I said that the Tiger plushie is something that you should put on your Griffin pet. Anyways, I'll start talking about some quality of life things that will make your experience much better, hopefully. First, upgrade your Aspect of the End or Aspect of the Void by applying Transmission Tuners. Basically, it makes you teleport further, then get Ultimate Wise on your Aspect of the End, so you can save more mana. For some reason, I still have an Aspect of the End with only Ultimate Wise 3. Holy moly, I'm broke. Then add a Sapphire Power Scroll on top of it and there you go, more mana saved. Woo! Even Geico would approve. Shallow Assassin Boots are also good for traveling around. Now for the best part of the video, the drops that I got from the event. A lot of antique remedies? What a surprise. I actually dropped more Shellmins than Tiger plushies, which is great because Shellmins are more expensive. Also, I dropped a bit of washed up souvenirs. Of course, I got some Crown or Greeds, but I sold them to the NPC immediately after I dropped them. Yes, you can sell it to the NPC for 1 million coins. Don't be like me from the past and sell it for 1 million coins in the auction house. Would I ever do Diana event again? Probably. but like my hands and eyes are not going to have the best day. I don't know why, but my eyes were red after doing the Diana events. I guess too much teleporting around and too much focus? I think if Shelmas were back in price, Diana would still be decent to do. You're mostly relying on Mino's Relic and Chimera books to drop a lot of money when doing the Diana event. I didn't get either of them, but at least I upgraded my talisman. Worth? Question mark? Anyways, hopefully you're able to do the Diana event now if you weren't able to do it in the past, and maybe you'll drop yourself a Chimera book. But I still think Scat the Farm is better than Diana. Like, come on, 1% Inquisitor spawn chance and 1% to drop a Chimera book? Like, by the time I spawn 1 Inquisitor, I'm about to spawn 10 Scatas. Maybe I'm just biased.